G'day guys, how's it going? Alright, doing a little bit of late night man cave tinkering. Now you most probably saw that Trangia stove review that I just did. And I was having problems with moving the simmer ring, or that the flame was just being all over the place, and the simmer ring, I couldn't adjust it while it was in there. I'd have to take it off and then try and adjust it. It just seemed a bit of a silly bloody situation. So I figured, some people have commented on those videos. Thanks heaps guys for all the tips and tricks with that Trangia stove. I'm gonna see if I can loosen that up or work something out. But anyway, look, let's get this all out and organised, and we'll get into see what I can come up with. Actually guys, here's trying to light that, especially when the liquid's a fair way down, can be a little bit painful. Someone mentioned about using a fire steel. I'm going to give that a shot. Nearly went. Alright, so that is now lit, but that sounded like a whole lot of effort. I'm sure I'm using it bloody wrong. How's that? First shot. That's a good idea. Thank you very much for the tip. I'm going to put that out and I'm going to just try it with the lighter thing. Beautiful. Alright, that was easy too. Maybe it was just when I was doing that review, just totally new to everything and I was just being stupid. Cool, so both these work, no worries at all. Alright guys, so while this thing is preheating or doing whatever it does to get up to full steam, this is the simmer ring that we're talking about, what I'm talking about, that I want to fix. So when you've got to move this, it's still quite stiff, so that when it sits on that stove it doesn't clip in, so it's actually loose, and when you try to move this, the whole thing turns around and it doesn't just move that. So somehow we've got to make this thing be loose. Alright, so my first instinct is to kind of like just manipulate this thing, try and loosen it up. Some people have said about drilling that out and maybe putting in a smaller or a looser rivet in it, or drilling that out and putting a nut and bolt or a screw or something, but having it locked in there but not tight, just so it's loose. So leave it with me. I'm going to just keep wiggling at this. So I've just been wiggling it, and so far that seems pretty good. Obviously if I go too, oh no, it's when you're on it, yeah, that part. But there, let's whack it on there and see what happens. So ideally what I would do is I'd just put that on and leave that in the fully open position. Now we'll put, I won't put that on just yet. So I could use this, pretend I was going in and adjusting it like that. Oh, well, that works. Alright, let's whack this on. Can you guys still see? You can't really see, can you? Hang on, let's move you over. Alright, so you should be able to see that now, guys. So now if I put this in here, so I'm caught again. Look at that. It won't do it. So a slight little tap. Oh, I reckon that'll work. Alright, so I've been having a bit of a play. I've been letting this thing heat up because I thought when it heats up it's going to expand and it might get tighter, but so far it hasn't done that. It's still being able to turn. I've worked out my tongs are going to be a really good thing for doing that. I'll show you. So not only are they better than this because I've got a little bit more reach on it. So if I, oh, so there you go. So I just got to give it a tap once it gets past that grabby bit, I can then adjust it. But if I wanted to do that, you saw that, didn't you? How's that? Bloody ripper. Cool. So there you go, guys. Mini tongs, and that simmering does the job. All right, another thing that people said in that review, I used the cap to just put the flame out and then take it off. Now that gets pretty hot, so even though it's only on there for a little time, for a small amount of time, that by doing that you can hurt that O-ring. And obviously you want to keep that O-ring as good as possible. People have already mentioned on there that they actually keep the fuel in there if they don't use it all, and then just put the cap on, and they never have a problem with leaking. And that's obviously as long as your O-ring is in good condition. So I don't know why I didn't see this, but obviously the simmering in the closed position is what you'd use to put it out, instead of, you know, chancing stuffing up your O-ring. Cool. Now another thing that someone said was, when you're cooking, oh, I don't know if you can see, I wonder if I can see that without tipping out the bloody, you can see the black stuff underneath there. Choose nearly tipping boiling water on me. It's not boiling yet. To stop the bottom of your pans and that getting that black sooty stuff on there, what you can do is put 10% water, or how would you work it? So with you add 10% water to your methylated spirits, and that helps with the sooting. And it actually says, because it comes with a little booklet, it actually says that in there. So that's another good tip if you wanted to not worry about getting all that sootiness on the bottom of your pots and pans and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so another thing that I didn't touch on with the Trangia, which I'm not going to go into, but you can see on the side here actually, oh shit, kettle's boiling! Let's remove that. I'll even remove this. That out of the way. Bring it over closer. Yeah, you can see there's a hole there. That hole there is for if you want to run a gas stove. So basically, remove this out of the way without spilling and burning the man cave down. You'd put your gas part would sit on there, and then the hose would run out through here to your bottle, gas bottle, and then you could run this whole setup using a gas bottle. Let's see if I can put this back without dropping it. Scary. Oh, there we go. Done. So there you go. That's another option with it, is to run the gas with it. So there you go. Now I had a question in regards to these two bowls. Now, as we know, they nest together, but I can't remember who it was, but they said, would they go that way? Now they don't actually kind of like slip on each other that way. And why he asked that was to form an actual oven. And I went, wow, that's a bloody good idea. And I reckon it'd work. So you can see that. I'll bring you over. So if I was just to whack that in there, now let's say we put a trivet. You'd need a trivet in there. So something that grabbing the one out of my other pot. So this is what you call a trivet. Now this one won't fit in here, obviously. Oh, it's nearly does. Can you see that? So basically what that's doing is whatever you're having in there, now whether it's a hot dinner roll, I think you were saying about doing a roast, it'd have to be a very small roast. But anyway, yeah, so you could do that and then just stick this on there. And I reckon that would work as an oven. Couldn't see why it wouldn't. Yeah, it's hot in there. The other way I suppose you could do it, if that maybe got too hot, well, you could turn the simmer, yeah, you just turn the simmer down, or you would lift these out. Stick that on there. Jesus! Far out, that's hot. Man! Oh! Swear to God, hot things just... Oh! Oh, man. Oh, I can feel it. All the skin's gone tight. That's going to be white later on. Oh, man. I'm crazy. Jesus. Yeah, alright. Oh, shit. Let me get you back down. Oh. If you put this on there. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how hot this pot was. It's melted to the bloody carpet. Bloody hell. Alright, so we would then put that on there and then put that on over there, if you know what I mean. Well, there you go guys. Certainly can't say the Trangia doesn't get bloody hot. Man, crazy. Alright, I think I'm going to finish it there. Go and run my fingers under some cold water. Alright guys, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.